Hello and welcome to ET Garage, and I'm Eugene Tordo, and I want to thank everybody that's subscribed so far. And if you haven't, go down there, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff. Help my channel hit 1,000 subscribers. Anyway, disaster struck on the C4 Corvette, and you won't believe what it is. And what's amazing is the way it affected the car while driving was really unnoticeable until I pulled it in the garage and heard a clunk. And you won't believe how bad it is, but until you see it. It's in the front suspension, and I'm going to grab the camera and change camera views here in a second, and I'll show you what happened and how I'm going to fix it and how I got lucky. Nothing bad happened. That's all I got to say. Is I can't believe how lucky I was. Also, how important it is to inspect your car. So anyway, let me switch to camera views and you will see what I'm talking about. Okay, here we are looking at the front suspension, the driver's side. And I'm going to start moving the camera into where you can see it better. Just keep looking for it. Keep looking for it. Keep looking for it. Keep looking for it. Do you see it? Do you see it? Yep. The bolts that attach the upper control arm to the frame came loose and the shims dropped out. Now, the funny thing is, the steering didn't feel funny at all. It felt like a little heavier. But other than that, it felt fine. The tire wear looks fine. Thank God for that, because these are fairly new tires. And the last time these bolts were loosened up was last time I had it aligned, and that was a long time ago. So I'm surprised these came loose. But the good thing is, and we'll go over here to the desk. Get my camera out of the way here. And here are the shims. And as far as I can tell, I actually have all the shims. They dropped down and fell on the frame and stayed there. So, thank God for that. I don't have to hunt down shims. Now, how do I know where the shims go? Well, I went and looked back through one of my old videos. I'm going to have to go back in the house and double check. I'm going to take the shims inside with me. Also, there are wear marks where these mount on the back, so I should be able to match them up where they went also, with the pieces on there, I hope. And then I'm going to have to get it to an alignment shop and get this sucker aligned. So I don't know if I can get that done today or not, but I doubt I'll be able to get it done today on short notice. But I am going to try. I already know where that goes. Pretty sure. But anyway, I'm going to take a break, go inside, and look at the video. Yeah, in fact, let's just go in the video together, and we'll see where, if I can zoom in and figure out where the shims go. Alrighty, let's go in the house. Alright, I'm in the house, and here are the shims, and these shims, and I'm looking at this, and I got to take it to an alignment shop anyway, but it looks like these two shims here went together. That's the best I can tell. It's really hard to tell, but I'm assuming these two went together there, and then the thick and this thin one went there. You can't really see it in this picture, but I remember the thick one being on the back. So that's where I'm going to put them, and I'm going to get it to an alignment shop. And I'm not sure if any more, there's no way for me to tell if any more shims are missing. These are the only ones I found. I got lucky that I found these. And, well, I'll get back out there, and we shall do my best to get this sucker back together without any problems. Hopefully I won't find any more problems, but let's get out there and we'll find out. Hoping you guys can see this real good. This is the best angle I can get without, well, just getting everything in the, well, everything's in the way with having the camera on a tripod and everything. So I'm kind of working around the tripod and looking down, and you see where I got the shims sitting in here. I need to get them down in more. I actually had to use a pry bar, loosen it up, and use a pry bar so I can tap that sucker in there. Yep, that ain't gonna go in that way. I'm having a hard time getting this in there. You'd think this would pull right out, but it's not. See if I can get something better to pry it with. When I get it in here and pry it without, there's definitely room for it to come out. I think the problem might be try popping it like that. Hopefully I got this, like I said, the shims. There it goes, going in good now. Now that worked. Okay. Now to get the shims on the other side. That should be, I think, simpler. I like to think. Yeah, right. I could just hook up my air and run them down, but I'm not. I'm going to have to look up what the torque rating is on these. Yep. I just need to torque them down, it looks like. I'm going to have to look up the torque rating on these. Factory service manual. And all that good stuff. But I think that's about as best as I'm going to do. I also want to look at these pictures. Somehow that don't seem right. Then what do I know? Definitely needs to be tightened more. That is for damn sure. Alright, let me go check the factory service manual, see what the torque spec is, and I'll torque it. And I'll have to get this off to get the wheel back on, get it back on the ground, and get this to an alignment shop. Okay, I'm back out here in the garage, and I did get the torque settings at 37 foot-pounds. And I also went and verified through looking through more videos, making sure I had the shims in the right place. Either way, I'm going to have this thing aligned and play it safe. And torque these babies down. Get them down there. Yep, there we go. Gotta tighten that one. Probably. That's really going. Again, I don't really like using extension when doing this, but see if I can get in there without it and retorque them just to play it safe. get more accurate reading. That being said, it's important that they are tight. Yeah, the head's hitting. Figures. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to do it with that extension. So, anyway, those are torqued. Thank God. Thank God nothing bad happened. Anyway, let me get these wheels back on. Let me inspect everything else. Let me get a pair of gloves on. I'm going to inspect everything else while I'm under here. Okay, Corvette is back on the ground, and I still need to torque the wheels. I almost forgot to, so I'm glad I remembered, because when I if you see me put them on with the air ratchet, I actually set that to the very lowest setting, and that just barely drives them home, and that's definitely not tight enough. So I don't want to have another near disaster like I had here. So let me torque these suckers, and all right, that's done. I think I'm done for today now. It's going to look like a bad weekend. It's going to rain all weekend. Needless to say, I need to get my Corvette fixed. So I think I might take it out today. It's supposed to be the least day of the rain. Go do some driving. Worst case, I'll have to clean it. You know. Anyway, I'm lucky I didn't have a disaster. I'm lucky the whole front suspension didn't fall off, and that I didn't run into someone else when it happened. Thank God I made it home. The only thing I could think of, it must have loosened up, vibrations or whatever, and it made it all the way home until I pulled in the garage, and when I hit that little pothole that's over there in my garage, that was enough to jounce it to make the shims fall off, because they were sitting right there on the frame like they just fell off. So I guess I'm lucky. But this is why it's always good to inspect your car, especially a high mileage Corvette like this. Now, I don't know if they didn't torque them, the last people that aligned this. That was some time ago. That was back when I had the Continentals put on. I think when I had the Continentals put on and these rims. I now have the Michelin Pilot Sports. So I don't know what the story is there. It's the first time I can say that I ever had an upper control arm come loose. The only time I had that upper control arm off was when I put the polyurethane bushings on. And that was a real long time ago. And I used a torque wrench just like I did in this video. So, near disaster, avoid it. I was very lucky. You may not be, so if you're not mechanically inclined, make sure you get your Corvette, 30-year-old car. Make sure you get your car, whether it's a Corvette or whatever it is. If it's like 30 years old, or actually it doesn't even matter if it's a year old, make sure you get it inspected by a competent mechanic. And make sure, if you don't do your own inspections, make sure, especially like on a C4 Corvette where you can just pop the hood and you can see everything. That makes it a lot easier to inspect, like your front suspension. I'm always doing modifications to this, so I'm always working on it. Just watch my other videos. You can see all the changes I've made to this Vette over the years. But anyway, disaster avoided. Thank God. And I want to thank everybody who watched this video, and especially if you made it to the end. And if you did, I hope you have a great day, better day than I'm having, and God bless.